So this video is about FCI Sheridan. I was there at the RDAP program, Residential Drug Abuse Program. It's a 9-month program to receive about a year off your sentence. It's a drug program. They do a lot of CBT, cognitive therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and a lot of other stuff like that, group things. You're in groups from about 7 in the morning till about lunchtime. It's a special unit, just a unit, it's not a special unit. But anyways, so I was in the RDAP program. I was actually a mentor. They have a few of the guys in the unit that are in the program. If they feel like they're running a good program, you can be mentors, help other guys out. So I was a mentor in the program, and I was getting close to, I think I graduated the program. I was about 30 days to the house, and they came in to lock everybody in their cells because it cracked off next door in the other unit. And when that was going on, they came in, put everybody in their cells. Some guys started catcalling a couple of the female officers there, and that's a big no-no, at least where I come from, LA County. We don't catcall the officers, but some guys did. So the captain came in after they locked everybody down and said that started saying a couple of things in regards to those catcalling, and then everybody started kicking on the doors. That's another big no-no where I come from. We don't kick on the doors either. So feds are a little different. You got guys kind of acting a little out of pocket, and so guys were kicking on the door, and so the captain said, "You guys keep kicking on the door. I'm gonna keep you guys locked down They kept kicking on the door. He said, "All right, that's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days." They kept kicking, and then some guy made a remark to him, called the captain out of his name, called him a couple of derogatory things, and so he said, "All right, okay, I see how it is," and took off, peeled off. We were locked down that day. The next day, they came back deep. They came back about 30, 40 officers, and pulled us all out of the unit. Took us up to the yard. They, locked the toilets so nobody could flush anything. Pulled us out of the unit, took us up to the yard. We were there all day. They tore our pad apart. Came back to the unit, and I get to my cell, and as soon as I go in my cell, I noticed there's a bunch of looked like concrete dust, and I saw like little pea-sized pebbles of concrete, and I'm like, what is this? So I started looking around, and then I started seeing big chunks of concrete about this big. And so immediately I back out of my cell, and I seen the captain on the tier, and I said, "Hey, I need you to come take a look at this. I don't want to be held liable for whatever this is." So he comes over to my cell and tells me, "Oh yeah, by the way, you had a safe behind your mirror." I said, "I had a what?" I didn't even know what he was talking about. And he said, "Yeah, you had a safe, and there were some loose pieces of rebar back there." And I was like, "Well, what are you talking? What does that mean?" He said, "Oh, well, you're probably going to get a shot, which is a disciplinary write-up. It can lead to you having time in the hole. They can take away your good time, and a lot of other things." So, they lock us back in our cell. Kind of left wondering what's going on, and so sure enough, later that day, they come and they called me up to the lieutenant's office, me and my cellie. They give us a write-up for the hole in the wall. Now, initially it was just that. However, they rewrote the shot the next day. They have 24 hours to hit you with a shot before you're good, and they can't hit you with it. They rewrite the shot. We get the shot back. Not only is it written as a safe shot, but the rebar, they wrote that as could be used as a weapon or to destroy property in order to escape. So they wrote it as a weapon shot and an escape charge, which are two serious, they're 100 series shots, and that's the highest level of a disciplinary action you can get in the feds. A murder is a 100 series shot. So I got these two 100 series shots, a 300 series shot for the safe, and I'm sitting there like, what? Like, that's a serious deal. That's like a possible ad charge. I'm 30 days from the house. I've already have my itinerary. I'm going home. My family knows I'm coming home. I mean, this was huge. I mean, a big deal. Now, I had no idea the safe was there, period. Why would I have a safe? And I don't need anything to walk around a soft ass yard like Sheridan. You know, I grew up doing my time in LA County Jail and Supermax in the 800s, people fighting all day. That means life. I don't need something to walk around this silly medium security federal prison. So anyways, I didn't get, so as I was walking up to the lieutenant's office with the lieutenant, I started talking to this guy, like, what's going on? He says, hey, you know, he kind of knew me, knew I ran a good program, knew I didn't mess around. He said, hey, okay. He said, hey, did they give you a cell inspection sheet when you got moved into that cell? No, sir. Okay. Did they inspect the cell when you were assigned to that cell? No, sir. Okay. I said, okay. So I went through the process. You know, you have a hearing, DHO, which is a disciplinary hearing officer. They travel, usually have one for like the Western region. So it can be, you know, weeks or sometimes months up until the time you see the DHO. So the whole time I'm sweating it. You know, I mean, I'm looking at getting some extra time, not gotta tell my family what's going on. I mean, this is ridiculous, you know. Luckily I had the support of all the guys in my unit. Nope, they all knew I didn't mess around. That's not my kind of get down. And but it went all the way to DHO. DHO came, had the initial hearing, and then luckily one of the COs spoke up, the guy that actually hit the cell. And what happened is when they took the mirror off, the concrete was kind of soft, so they chipped out this hole, and the rebar was kind of how they patched it. They didn't dowel it into the existing concrete, and that was their cheap little patch job they had. So luckily the CO came out and kind of cleared my name, but for about a month I'm sitting there going through it, not knowing if I'm going home on time. And just goes to show you as an example, like if you get caught up in the system, it doesn't matter if you're running a good program, if you're not doing anything wrong, you're still liable to get caught up for something somebody else does or whatever. So it's just not a good situation to be in. So today I'm clean, I don't mess around, I follow all the rules. I'm just done. I cut out my addiction. My addiction, I realized, was like the common denominator for me doing my time. And so I'll have 6 years clean coming up pretty soon. While I was in there, I just really focused on myself. You know, I made myself a priority, and I followed a strict routine. Even though I was locked up, I was as free as a bird, man. I just was in my head all the time. I'd get up at 3:30 in the morning, have my cup of coffee, write a positive little quote on my mirror, throw on my MP3 player, listen to some Waylon Jennings. I'd stretch it out, then I'd read my Bible, and I'd get up and then I'd bust down and do some burpees before the door opens at 6:30. When the door opens, I'm dressed in my khakis and ready to go, hit chow and continue on my program, then go to yard later, get some cardio in at yard, and just followed a very strict daily routine of good habits. And that put me on the path to being prepared mentally, physically, psychologically, everywhere where I needed to be at. I was constantly reading good material that to feed my brain, you know, everything from like Robert Greene to like Carol Dweck, mindset, all sorts of stuff. Didn't spend much time reading fiction books. It just doesn't, you know, I'm not learning. I want to constantly be learning and growing every single day. And it's just paid dividends for me. Got into Jocko Willink stuff. I mean, that dude, just discipline equals freedom. That right there took it to the next level. You really want to learn to crush the game, get you that book, follow the routine that he's talking about. He talks about getting up early, you know, have good habits, be disciplined. It's very, very structured, and it's all about consistency. So it's doable for anybody out there, man. It's the small choices at the end of the day build up. You make all these good small choices, in the long run, crushing it. I never reach the top of the mountain. You know, I never get to a point where I feel like I'm satisfied or I'm just good where I'm at. I just constantly strive every day. Today, I still continue to get up early. I work out, I bust down, and I attack my work the same way, just one thing at a time, get it done. Next thing, get it done. Next thing, get it done. I mean, there's still plenty of things. I don't get everything done in a day, but, you know, I just constantly just keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's a little something federal prison story, and just some of my daily habits and routine. Anybody wants, you know, some advice on how to structure their routine, any kind of workout plan, meal plan, any kind of feedback you got, any other kind of stories you want to hear about, feel free to hit me up, leave a comment, like, subscribe, get this out to anybody who's struggled with a life of addiction and being stuck in incarceration, that vicious cycle. Because it's not just, one thing I learned is it's not just me that suffers. You know, one thing it took me too long to figure out was that how much my family suffers, how much I was hurting them. And you know, you start missing out on chunks of time, like doing Fed time, man. You get out, people are old, life, technology, that's a trip. So I just figure it out, hit me up, I help anybody out. I'm just doing it just because you know, it's not the life to live, man. It's really not. You know, I was about that life for a real long time, and it did nothing for me, but it's just set me back. And but I'm moving forward in life. God's blessing me. I got so many good things going for me right now. It's incredible, man. It's absolutely beyond my wildest dreams. And I see God's plan for me is just going to take me to the next, just keep taking me next level, next level, next level. So, but just stay disciplined, and God bless all of you out there, man. God is good. Let's go, baby. Let's go.